Many of you have asked me what is going on with my mountain. 2.5 years ago, I purchased 2 acres here in Las Vegas for $620,000. And at the time when I put it under contract, we were right in the middle of COVID, and so people were really uncertain on what's gonna happen. Well, obviously since COVID, real estate prices have exploded, especially in the luxury space. Because of that, the great deal I originally got, and all the development going on around me, my mountain has increased in value by 10x. For those who don't wanna do the math, that's over $6 million. And it was always in the back of my mind that I could flip it at some point and make a multi-million-dollar profit. But nonetheless, I bought it 2.5 years ago with the intention to build my dream home on it. And we spent the first year with an architect doing just that. I actually did some YouTube videos where I showed what the house was gonna look like, where each part was gonna be at, and how amazing it was gonna be. Well, after working on it for a year with the architect, he called me one day and said that he was going to have to quit on the project. He was having some personal issues at the time and he had to leave Las Vegas. And so I was stuck with these plans that hadn't been finalized and they needed a lot more work to be done. But the problem is when you bring another architect on board, they don't want to take somebody else's drawings. They want to create their own, especially when you're talking about a land this unique. And so I knew I was basically gonna have to start from scratch and that whole year was wasted. But lucky for me, around that time, I met my now business partner, Amr Samaha. You may have seen us do different YouTube videos together and podcasts together. He also designed all of our Tykes NFTs, and he's just a super talented developer and architect. We initially met because he joined as a student in my coaching program, but I soon recognized that we could do a lot more together than just flip houses. And so when I told him about the land, he wanted to do the project and was super excited about it. And let me tell you, working on it for the past year with him has been absolutely crazy. He is so good at what he does. And this home that he created on the land is literally the best home I've ever seen. I think it would be the best home in Las Vegas, hands down. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at these renderings from everything that we've developed the last year. This home is over 20,000 square feet with crazy amenities. It's got full panoramic views of the Las Vegas Strip and the Dragon Ridge Country Club. It's also got an indoor basketball court, a rock climbing wall, and a massive gym overlooking the Strip. And on top of that, on the second floor, there's this massive rooftop deck that has all of these different areas for kids and landscape. And then he's created this tower coliseum thing that I can't even explain that's absolutely stunning and a beautiful piece of art. But that's not even my favorite part. I think the entrance to the home is the coolest thing ever. It's got the circular driveway that looks like a hotel valet. It's got a fountain coming from the second story all the way down to the first floor where there's a little pond. And there's so much more to it that's absolutely incredible. This house, if we built it, would be easily worth over $30 million. And look, I don't need 20,000 square feet or a rock climbing wall or any of this stuff in my house. But the reality is, with this land and where it's positioned and how unique it is, you basically have to build a mega mansion on it. It would be a disservice to build a 6,000 square foot home on it and not take advantage of what it is. And so my plan has been to build this whether I live in it or not. I know that developing it and then selling it when we're done would make over an 8-figure profit. But by the time it's done, who knows where my life will be? Maybe I'd want to live there. Maybe the money won't matter. It's really hard to say, but at the end of the day, my plan has been to develop this some way, somehow. But some things have definitely changed my perspective as time has gone on with developing this. The first is that I just moved into a brand new home that's absolutely amazing. I bought a house for $1.8 million where I paid a wholesaler $200,000 to get the deal. And then I ended up putting $1.2 million into getting it done. So I'm all into it for $3 million, and I just got an appraisal for $3.9 million. So I'm gonna be able to use the BRRRR strategy and get basically most of my money out of it. And the house is absolutely sick. It's 6,000 square feet. It's got a 6-car garage, pool, backyard. Every room has its own bathroom. All the finishes are custom to what we wanted. And I even put a gym and a golf simulator so I don't ever have to leave. And when it's done, I'm gonna do a walkthrough on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you can go see that video. But nonetheless, moving into this house has made me realize that this is all I really need. Like I said, I don't need a 20,000 square foot house. This house is perfectly fine. And I don't see myself needing anything bigger or other amenities for a really long time. And also, this new house is near the golf course that I'm a member of that I like better. So I would rather have proximity over there because I spend a lot of time at the course. And now that we just went through the headache of doing $1 million plus renovation and moving and everything else, The last thing I really want to do is figure out how to move again. Also, another thing that has crossed my mind is the opportunity cost that this land has. Any money that I would put towards developing the mountain or raising towards the mountain could also be used towards other things. And if I were to just sell the land by itself, I could get a fat stack of cash that I could use on a bunch of other endeavors as well. For example, I could go buy commercial real estate. I could buy us a new office. I could go buy businesses with my new company, Pineda Partners. Or I could even buy a second home somewhere. I was in the Dominican Republic last week, and let me tell you, the real estate you can get for the price on the beach with the weather, the amazing people, it is unmatched. And truthfully, I'd rather have a second home over there in my current house versus only having one really big house in Vegas. And so looking at all those factors, I've decided the best thing I can do is sell the mountain. My plan is to sell it and then 1031 exchange it into our next office space. Our lease is coming up here in about 2 years, and we are going to be expanding. I'm going all in on creating content and media, and I want to build out different studios. I want to build out event spaces. I want to have more workspaces, and we're going to need a bigger office to do that. And so if I can take the mountain profits and 1031 exchange tax-free into our next office space, that's a wise move. But on top of that, once I do it, I can also cash out refi and take all of that cash into whatever opportunity I want. I could go take that cash and buy a beach house on the Dominican or in Hawaii or Costa Rica or wherever. And the best part about this plan is I wouldn't pay any taxes at all on these transactions. Selling the mountain on its own, if I didn't 1031 exchange, would probably be a 7-figure tax bill on the profit. But because I 1031 exchange and I do a cash out refi, I pay no taxes and I have another asset. So for at this point in my life, I just think it's the smart thing to do, as much as I hate giving up the mountain because it is truly a one-of-a-kind piece of real estate. So that being said, I am selling the mountain outright, and if you're interested in buying it, or if you're an agent, you have a buyer for it, we'll pay a commission, but you can inquire on it down below by clicking the link. If somebody buys the land, they can have all of the plans and everything else that we've done to this point. But I'm also still open to developing it with the right capital partner. In this scenario, I would take profit off the table with the sale of the land, and then we would partner together on the development side. Even factoring in the land acquisition, I think we could be all in for less than 20 million and sell it for over 30 million. So I think the development play could be massive. And on top of that, if we do develop, we could do other things too, like split the land up into 6 different lots and build smaller homes all across it. That's what a traditional developer would do, and it's what the person who owns all of the lots around me has approached me about doing. So I might still partner with them and allow them to develop on the land and subdivide and do all that stuff while I get my payout for the land and the lots they sell. The opportunities are endless, and that is one of the biggest reasons why I love real estate. It gives you the opportunity to be creative and structure deals. You can add value by doing different things and repurposing things, and it can create life-changing wealth. This one deal would have made me a multimillionaire by itself. There's very few things in the world that can actually do that, but real estate is one of them. So quick plug, if you are interested in getting into real estate investing, go to wealthyinvestor.com and book a call with my team today. We can help you get started with flipping, wholesaling, buying rental properties, or even scaling your business to the next level. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Maybe we'll end up developing the mountain together, but I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.